I want to talk about goals. And I want to talk about especially exercise goals. Because this is something every year I'm like, this coming year I'm going to go and exercise more. I'm going to go to the gym more. And I've fallen for that throughout my life several times. Now I have this gym card and I will go. And what I often end up doing is that I go to the gym a couple of times and I get like, whoa, what? And then I often get sick. And then getting back to the gym afterwards is like, I'll do it, but then always something comes in the way because I have this utopian dream that the way I approach going to the gym or exercising is that I will try to do it every other or third day. One year I said I will go to the gym 2.5 times per week, which would be 5 times within 2 weeks. But none of this has really worked for me in a sustainable way. But this year, on New Year's Eve 2018, I said to myself, alright, I am going to exercise, which means either going to the gym, go out and run, or go swim. Well, something that is exhausting but in a planned way. I will do this 150 times in 2019. 150 times. And every time I do it, I will put up on my Instagram story this much out of 150, which means that when I approach December, I will know how much I'm trailing, which means I have to step up, because this for me is a way, it's a more fitting way for me to approach this, because then I have like a goal. It's not about like losing weight or gaining muscles, although that's obviously a plus. Staying healthy and keep your concentration is also good. But having these as a goal. And right now, we have just begun March, and I am sort of trailing a little bit. As of recording this, I'm at 17 or 18 out of 150. So I passed 10%, but I've also passed 10% of the year with a margin. So I'm trailing. I'm also thinking when we get to summer, I'll be able to go out and run more, and I'll also be able to swim more. But this is always hanging over me in a positive way. This is all positive, because when I feel tired, I mean, my gym is really close. When I feel tired, like I did the other day, I'll just go and run interval laps. I'll be back in 40 minutes, which is 20 minutes of running. And that's the way I function. And so far, I mean, we're into the 3rd month, and it's working for me. I found a system that works for me. My question to you, what works for you? It doesn't have to be exercise specifically, it can be, but other ways that you put up goals of you're gonna do this many times, or this many times, or read this many books or whatever. How do you set up those goals, and which versions have worked for you and which has not? Because for me, just saying I'll go to the gym, so many days a week has not worked for me. Because what I feel instead when I actually go to the gym now and I get to put like 17 out of 150 or 18 out of 150, that's like I am moving towards something. I'm not just maintaining something, I'm moving towards something, and that matters to me because that is a way for me to function in a way that it works. And isn't that what life is all about? Figuring out what works for you in the context of others. Good talk.